Hello, and welcome to No Man's Sky on the Xbox Series X. It's been a while since I've done anything like this because my life has been turned upside down, and it's not great. I'm not going to go into details apart from to tell you that one of my cats is unfortunately, she's an old cat, she's dying. It happens, we deal with it. But my dad, who's 88 and a type 2 diabetic, fell over in his home recently, and we're dealing with the fallout from that because it's not great. Not at 88 and certainly not a type 2 diabetic who's on the floor for over 24 hours. So if you come to my channel and you leave any kind of negative commentary, I'm just going to make you disappear. I don't need you, don't want you, don't care if you subscribe or not. My community that I've built over the years are around. They dip in and out. I always welcome new subscribers. But all that out of the way, why am I on No Man's Sky? Because I wanted to do a redo, a redux as it were, of my lighting system for No Man's Sky that turns lights on at night. Funnily enough, perfect timing. There we go. So, yep, it is possible in No Man's Sky to have your lights on at night and off during the day. And it utilises a solar panel as a switch with a power inverter. And I wanted to go through and I wanted to show you that little thing, but I also discovered another little trick. So before we dive into the way we set up this little system here, I want you to come over past this creature. Hello. Yes, you as well. To this wall. I wanted to talk about lights in general in No Man's Sky. And I wanted to draw your attention to the distance that lights need to be that don't require an extra wire. So if you plan to do a series of lights along a wall or wherever, as long as they're within the distances shown here, they will light up with only one wire connecting them. If we go into the edit place parts, you'll see that the wire there comes out of my tower of power that we built in one of my previous episodes and into the wall here, into the power inverter, and from the power inverter down onto just one, which is your blue light here. And the other lights are placed within distance of each other. And this is the far light, and as you'll see, that one, if it was moved over here a little, it should light up. So as long as you keep about that much distance between your lights, you can have one wire and a whole row of lights that don't need any extra wiring. Hopefully somebody will find that useful. But one of the more interesting things that I discovered as I was playing around, I accidentally connected the switch input of the power inverter to the power inverter output with a wire. If we go into that and go Y, and we connect like that, we can now make an entire set of flashing lights. Because basically what happens is the switch is turning itself on and off, cutting power and putting power back on. So you get a flashing light, which could be quite useful if you wanted to make, say, like a landing pad with some flashing lights. There's probably other ways people have done to maybe create a series of patterned flashing lights using some of the other things in the power part of No Man's Sky. I just noticed this completely by accident and thought it was pretty neat. And so I wanted to show that off as well. So there you go. There we go, we just remove that. Send it back to how it should be. So, there's that. If we want to make the system that I'm talking about over here, it's actually fairly simple to do as long as you orientate your power inverter correctly. That's the main thing about this, is getting this little box on the wall correct. So if you look at this little box, you'll see there's red to the right, green to the left, this connector here facing upwards, and this green light here. As long as you have the green light on the top of the box to the right and the power inverter looks like this, you can set it up. So how does it work? Well, if we bring up the wiring again, here's my tower of power with the wire coming off it, and the wire coming off it, follow it again, should come into the input power of the inverter, which is the green line here. And here, this goes out to the light. And again, because of the distance between the lights, they're all powering each other. And as long as it's dark, the solar panel is shut down. And when solar panels are shut down, they act as a switch on the input side of the top part is the input side, the switch. If you put a regular switch up there, you can do the same thing. But this is waiting until it gets light. When it gets light, solar panels open, and as they open, they start to generate power, and that generation of power acts like an on switch. This wire will go blue. This will feed into the top part of the inverter, and it will cut power to the lights. Now this is quite a long time, so in 7 minutes 36, day is going to come again. So the practical sort of use of this is by making base lighting automated. It doesn't really cut down overly much on power use. Lights themselves use a small amount of power. You'll see the blue light with the 1 next to it. Basically, it's going to use like 1 unit of power. And your solar panels are generating none at the moment. And it's not connected to any solar grid at all. Here, on the other hand, the batteries will be doing the heavy lifting during the night time cycle. And you'll see that we are bleeding or discharging power from the grid, and it will drain fully in 28 minutes. Well, we already know that it's basically 7 or so minutes before daylight, so that's great. And there's 165 used. So my base is taking 165 units of power with all my lighting and my other things running, which is including cargo boxes, the health and shield, hazard protection units. And these are tricky when you're doing a custom base, because if you're doing a custom base with these, they won't actually power unless they're on an external like this, one of the prefab buildings. If you put them on a wall over here like this, they're not going to work. There's only one way I found to get them to power up without putting them on one of those, as if you're building a base with cargo boxes. If you come through my little outpost here and into here, if I build, let me see, where do they appear? There they are. Let's say I build a health station in here, you'll see that it's powered. This is because it's drawing residual power off the storage container. And so your storage container is a useful little trick if you want to put a health and a hazard unit. Just slap them somewhere on a storage container if you're doing the custom base. That's just a little tip for you. Also these, I've got 2 of these running as well, so they're going to provide a drain on the resources. My little outpost room, nice little cozy space. But yeah, that is really all I wanted to say in that regard. The hints and the tips. I wanted to make this roughly just over 10 minutes long and talk to you about the 2 things: lights, the power inverter. We'll stick around for a bit. I'm sure you can stick around for a few more minutes to see the daylight come to this planet and the solar panel to actually activate a second time as a switch to turn off these lights on the wall here. And if you're going to build a base, mine wasn't built with automated lighting in mind, so if you're going to build it, make sure that when you power it, all of your essential things you want to use, like your health units, your hazard protection, your teleporters, your cargo boxes. Another thing you can power are hydroponic units. I've got a wire running to these. Basically got a little square of wire with a wire coming in here, and I've got the electrical cloaking unit found here to make all the wires disappear. These do not require power. Lines, they automatically power off the grid they're on. And that should get us closer to Yeah, 1 minute 35. My target goal. If you are going to do a solar switch as well, what you can do is you can enclose this solar panel and hide it in a little box, because in No Man's Sky they don't actually need access to direct sunlight to work, so you can make it just vanish. That's if you want to do that. But yeah, like I said, make sure that your lighting is on a different power grid in a way to your other power. And the best way to do that is to use my tower of power, split it off using these connectors here, put one into all your systems, and here we go, up comes the sun. Lights are off. Yeah, put one into all your systems that you're going to have permanent power to, and then just drag another into the inverter. that connects to all of your lights throughout your whole base, if you're going to use lights like that. If you don't care about automatic lighting or anything, or lighting that needs power, there are these there are these lights that you can get. Put them in the right place. Come on, there we go. The wall lights. These wall lights, they're a bit finicky though, because certain walls they don't like the thickness of. Something that No Man's Sky, Hello Games even, has not fixed in all that time. So, but basically, if you want lighting without power, these emissive wall lights are quite good. They look quite nice as well. There we go. And that's it. There you have it. I don't want to go on more than enough now. Don't want to pad this video out. I just wanted to do one. I'm not sure what the next one will be, or when I'll get a chance to do another one, because of things being totally crazy where I am. But it's been fun to come back for a short blast. And hopefully the audio on this one is decent enough, because in the previous Space Engineers 1, OBS decided to alter a bunch of settings, remove a bunch of custom filters I'd got going on, and I didn't notice until it was too late. But that is what happens sometimes. I don't do this for a living. I'm not like some of the big YouTubers. I'm just doing this because I want to impart knowledge and entertain. And apparently somebody out there thinks that I speak too slowly for them, and basically take too long to say things. To that person, I would like to offer a resounding redacted with a barge pole redacted. But that would be petty of me, so I'm not going to. I should just wish you a very good day, and hope your life never turns out like mine does. And I hope you stay healthy, fine, and have the best life you can, and that you live in interesting times. And that's all from me for now. Bye bye.